This topic is systems applications. So we're going to be looking at word problems with systems, and the notes paper that you have is just setting up the system. We're not solving it this time. We're just setting it up. And then on your homework, you will actually solve to find the questions. So question number 1. James and Ethan are starting dog walking business. James charges $8 and $5 per dog, while Ethan charges $10 and $3 per dog. For how many dogs will the cost be the same? What is the cost? So let's circle the numbers first, and then let's underline the questions, and box important information. So we know we have two situations. We're talking about James and we're talking about Ethan, but the main thing is we're talking about how many dogs and what the cost will be. So let's first set up what our letters are going to be in our equations. So we have dogs and cost, so let's let C equal the cost and the letter D equal dogs. So now let's use our highlighters. I want you to highlight James's situation, and that's what you should have highlighted. So he charges $8 and then $5 per dog. So the $8 will be the beginning base fee, and $5 per dog will be the M. And then for Ethan, he charges $10 and then $3 per dog. So again, we have the M and the B, because as always, we're going to set up an equation with mx plus b when we have an M and a B involved. So now let's write the equation for James. So we have M for 5 and B is 8. So we have the cost is $5 per dog plus the $8 fee. That's what the cost will be. Try to write Ethan's equation for his cost. So you'll start with cost equals you should have written cost equals 3 dogs plus the $10 fee. And because both of these are equal to C, you can just set them equal to each other. And that will give you the C and the D for dogs. Example 2 on your notes. You sell tickets for admission to your school play and collect a total of $104. Admission prices are $6 for adults and $4 for children. You sold 21 tickets. How many adults and how many children tickets did you sell? So let's first circle the numbers. This is what you should have circled. Then we're going to underline the question. Finally, let's box important information. So you have that it's a total of $104. You have the price for adults, and you have the price for children. And then you have how many tickets that you sold. So if our question is asking about how many adult and how many children tickets, that's what our letters, our variables are going to be related to. So let's let A equal the adult tickets and C equal the children tickets. So now let's highlight the two situations. So for this one, we're really looking at the money involved and then the amount of tickets sold. So the first thing we'll highlight is all of the ones with dollar signs because they go together. These are the amount of tickets that the $6 for adults, the $4 for children, that totaled up to $104. So that's all going to be in one equation. And then with the other highlighter, the only other number we have involved is how many tickets total. So that would be the 21 tickets for our second equation. So let's write our equation for the yellow highlighted part. So if we have $6 for adults, that would be 6A, and $4 for children, 4C. And if you add those up, you get $104 total. So here is our equation for the yellow highlighted part. And then the pink highlighted part is just adding up how many tickets you sold that were adult and how many were children. So you have A plus C, the adult tickets plus the children tickets, and that was just a total of 21 tickets. Because you don't have A or C solved for, you need to pick A or C and solve for it, and then you'll substitute that in to the other equation and solve. The final example, 3. Casey orders 3 pizzas and 2 orders of breadsticks for a total of $29.50. Rachel orders 2 pizzas and 3 orders of breadsticks for a total of $23. How much does a pizza cost? So let's circle the numbers first. And let's underline the question. And finally, let's box important information. And when you box it, you're looking at pizzas and breadsticks. So let's let those be the variables we're using for our equation. So let's let P equal the pizzas and B equal breadsticks. Now our two situations here are what Casey ordered and what Rachel ordered. So let's highlight Casey's order and her information. And then let's highlight Rachel's information. So now we can write an equation for the yellow highlighted part and one for the pink highlighted part. So the yellow highlighted part has the 3 pizzas, 3P, plus the 2 breadsticks, and that's going to equal this total. See if you can write the pink part covering Rachel's order. It's 2 pizzas, so 2P, plus 3 breadsticks, and that will equal the total of $23. And this time, to solve it, like you will on your homework, you don't have either of these solved for P or B, so you're going to solve one of them for that and substitute it into the other one. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a hint because we have some crazy numbers. So I'm going to tell you to solve for B in this equation and then substitute it in to the B in the second equation. You'll have a decimal to deal with, but at least it will be a terminating decimal, and you're talking about money anyways, which has decimals. So this is showing you how to set up your systems so that you can solve it, and on your homework you're going to have to set it up and solve it.